I'm sick and tired of saying anything against Molite and then him winning 9 straight matches. So I'm just done with that. I think it's not going to matter, and that Molite is going to be able to win round 1.
So AC and I are going to be on the call for this first matchup of the day. We'll get you guys some game sound here in just 1 second. And another card that actually we didn't even talk about in all the preamble was the Wizard, which has actually been really, really popular. It's been coming up a huge in use rate and in win rate. It's been replacing a lot of those glass cannons that we see. AC, I'll be honest, I have not played with a ton of Wizard. Any thoughts on the Evo?
Yeah, I mean, I really love the card. I just can't figure out how good it is because your Wizard can always get 8 elixir of value, but then really do nothing on offense. So you're only getting a +3 trade, and had you had like Evo Archers or something instead of the Wizard, you would have been able to get a 3 for 5 plus a little bit of chip damage. So I really just can't figure out where I value Wizard. Is it a A-tier card or is it a C-tier card that's just fun to play? I think we're going to find out a lot more in this monthly finals here today.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good point that you make. It doesn't quite feel S tier, but it does feel, especially in dual mode, that you could find a place for Wizard in that best of 3 set. And I like the Monk here coming out early from Faust. I mean, I think there's so many cards right now that do a ton of range damage. I think finding a place for the Monk and of course the Dagger Duchess. Monk champion that we could be seeing more and more. Another thing, because of how popular Dagger Duchess has been, is, you know, we're still not seeing a lot of Hog Rider, but as you can see, Royal Hogs coming out early in this competition. And Evo Tesla, man, people, I mean, there was so much to get through at the top of the show. Evo Tesla, people have been talking about, is maybe the best card, or not the best card, but let me say the winner of all the balance adjustments that came in. It seems like Evo Tesla, maybe out of all the evolutions, got the best buff and maybe the only buff. Well,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I would say Tesla is definitely the winner, and then I would say Bomber has to be the loser. It just does not really feel playable these days, just because that 2 cycle is just so hard to get through. Right there, great Evo Tesla to reset the RG, but a lot of chip damage. Faust is going to take a pretty big lead in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, RG we've been seeing more and more, but in terms of this matchup, you look and you see he's got Fireball, he's got Wizard, he's got Goblins, he's got Royal Ghost. All those are going to do a great job against the Piggies. The Fireball is going to really help out against the Firecracker as well. And I think in terms of being able to play defense against the Hogs, as you can see, he's got the Wizard over the middle there, Goblins down low. Now the Wizard can support that push on the left-hand side. Fisherman is a great counter for that little Prince. So Mo definitely has an uphill battle here going into 2 minutes remaining in overtime as that second and Evo'd RG comes down. What does Mo have for it? I don't think he has much.
Yeah, the Tesla's not going to come down in time. The Wizard in tow is going to be able to get the RG on top of the tower. And I think the Wizard, no, not quite. But what a push right there. Faust with too many answers to the Royal Hogs. I mean, you were talking about it. The Ghost, the Fireball, the Goblins, even the Rage can do a lot of damage going against that. And right there, I mean, Mo has to block the bridge. He cannot let the Monk pass the bridge. Otherwise, it's going to activate its ability and win the game outright like that. But this looks like it's game over.
Yeah, just kind of delaying the inevitable.
It's just one of those cards that I really wouldn't be shocked if we start seeing it more and more in the monthly finals. We saw it a decent amount last monthly finals. It pairs so well against going against the Dagger Duchess. So we're gonna have to see how that evolves. Especially, I mean, just the Monk, the Wizard, the Tesla. There's gonna be a lot of cards that we're gonna see a lot today.
So already going a little bit heavier here as we see the Giant Skelly and the Dark Prince. So a little bit of a different look here coming from Faust. Molite on the other side of it with Evo Skellies and a Night Witch and Snowball. So maybe going a little bit heavier.
See right there, just a beautiful interaction from Mo, and right as I'm saying that, the Ice Golem placed a little bit too low, and so he gets the Little Prince on tower for Faust. But right there, the Skellies were placed so that the Dark Prince had to walk around the Giant Skeleton, and it was able to clean up everything nicely. So really great first play from Mo, followed by just a simple interaction mistake.
And that mistake, he is paying for it now, down by about 600 and some change in HP. His Snowball goes off to the left-hand side to cycle there. And Mo and Faust have met twice before in CRL. Faust is 0-2 in both of those meetings, and we'll see if he can turn things around here. And a great way to do it is with the Giant Skeleton, you know, a card that Faust has an 80% win rate with in CRL here in 2024. So Giant Skeleton Graveyard. And it should be pretty easy cleanup there for Mo. And honestly, maybe a nice counter push as that Night Witch does just enough.
Yeah, and right here, we're just going to have to see, okay, the Ice Golem, and wow, right there, the Wizard almost fully taken out. I was going to say that, like, the Wizard, I'm never really sure, but because it has so much health, of course it's going to have a great counter push. Instead, gets chipped down, and he's going to have to reset. I mean, they are dead even, so that entire counter push that both of us were predicting, just not going to happen right now. Faust doing a great job. And we're going to have to see how this game goes along. I'm just wondering what Mo Light's last two cards are. I would assume it's Poison and Graveyard, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? You have a bunch of tanks up front. You have some cards behind that, like the Wizard and the Night Witch, that are going to do a great job with the Graveyard down. The Snowball complements the Graveyard, but not finding a place for it. And you called it, right? Like that Wizard getting damaged just enough by that little Prince ability made Mo have to completely reset. That's probably where we would have seen Mo go on offense, at least for the very first time in this game, but stuck defending and doing a better job of it this time around. Although that Giant Skeleton Bomb is really putting in work here for Faust. Mo kind of just caught playing this right-hand lane game and not having a lot of fun with it. And there you go, great call on the GYAC.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that he has freeze. I think it's going to be crazy in that there's no way he has freeze, but I really am hoping that he's going to have freeze. Otherwise, Faust is going to be able to just block the bridge with the Giant Skeleton, get tons of value, and then just destroy any potential counter pushes. This is going to be very difficult for Mo to be able to pull out a victory if he doesn't have some sort of, you know, get him card like a freeze.
Yeah, I mean, he's really, because he has to spend an arm and a leg every single time on defense. He's not getting a lot out of it. And there you go. You called the Poison GY early on. It is going to be a Poison GY. No freeze there. So now he doesn't, like you said, have a gotcha card to kind of give Faust that swerve, which means it's just a heads-up match. And in that case, I think that's it. There you go. Giant Skeleton on top of the tower. A very quick 2-0 here from Faust, who has got to be feeling great